Okay, for today's video, we're going to go over pretty much all the stuff I talked about on this channel, stuff that I got from a while ago till like Christmassy. We'll just go over when I got the stuff and show off what I got. So the first item here, and this is the oldest item I got, was in... When did I get this? Let me see the receipt actually real quick. 08/15/24. So that was, what? January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. I think August. Yeah, dang. Okay, but it is an item I'm really happy about. And it was, I guess, the last thing I got since the last video I did on this channel. And maybe I did show this off in the last video, but just in case I didn't, I don't think I did, but here it is. It is the Satoru Gojo, the GameStop exclusive, the paint one. I'm trying to figure out what angle's best to show this off at. I think that's good. But yeah, I love this pop. At first, I wasn't super crazy with this paint set. I think I ended up getting just about all of them, though. This was my favorite one, actually, of the set, though. I loved how this pop looked. I loved the blue with Gojo. I mean, you know, with his eye color and everything. Really, I guess any of the colors would have kind of made sense for Gojo. You could have done purple for the purple hollow. You could have done blue or red for, like, the things that make purple hollow. Blue for his eyes. Blue probably makes the most sense, but purple also would have been good. But yeah, I love this pop. Definitely one of my favorite Gojo pops. Gojo has a lot of great pops, but I really like this one. It's a really cool one. And of the paint set, this is probably my favorite one. Yeah. Probably this one or the Megami. But I would probably lean this one because I think the blue looks so good with Gojo. Okay, next up we have a pop I got from Mercari, and I think I got this pop for just about for free, actually, which I know is going to sound crazy, but I'll explain how, and kind of explain how you all could get something like this, but, oh, I forgot that they included this, but, okay, so here's the pop. Let me get that out of the way. So, yes, this is the Chalice exclusive, the pre-release, okay, I'll just do it off camera and flip it, and I'll show you all what it looks like after, but yeah, this is the Chalice exclusive pre-release Megami. They did throw in a one-piece card, and this protector obviously does have something wrote on it, just a D, but I'll flip it over because it's kind of backwards anyways, so, you know, I'll just turn it around and it'll be on this side so you all won't notice it, or I won't notice it, but yeah, the Megami, this is the pre-release one, so the reason why I got this pop is, I did really like this one. I like the green a lot with Megami. And like I said, this was one of my two favorites. And I wanted this pop to... I didn't buy it off Chalice because I know every time I've noticed that they do like one of these bundle pops, people buy the bundle to get the chase, and then they end up selling the rest of the pops for really cheap. So I think this pop was only like $10 to $15, which to buy it from Chalice, I think would have costed more than that with shipping. So I saved money on that. And also, since I ordered this from Mercari, I actually have a promotion with Mercari. Well, it's not like really a sponsor thing, but they have a code thing where if you get somebody to sign up using your code and they use it, they get a free $10 thing, and you get like a free $10 thing if they purchase something. So where I do a few other channels, and I've mentioned my Mercari code since I buy stuff from Mercari for those, like I get Dinosaur figures, I get Skylanders, but whatever, I have a Mercari code, and people sign up using my code, and then I get money that I can use to buy other stuff. And then, you know, they can buy stuff too. So it's a real win-win. You get a free $10, and the person who you use their code for gets $10. So it's a great deal. And I got this pop pretty much for free with that. So yeah, it was like a 15-ish, it was like somewhere between $10 and $15. And I had two $10 signups where people signed up using my code. So I finally got this pop, and I was super happy about it. Yeah, Megami, Fushiguro, the pre-release one. But yeah, it's a great deal. I'll put my sign up code in the description. So if you want to sign up, use Mercari. It's a great site. It's kind of like eBay without the auctions, but you can do like bundle offers, which I love. Like if a seller has multiple items you want, you can like ask for a bundle, or like you can add all of them together and they'll like do the shipping for you. But you can also ask for like a price for just all those items. It's so nice. Honestly, some of the features I like way better than eBay. But eBay obviously normally has more items, but I love Mercari. Definitely would recommend checking it out. And if you do want to check it out and buy something, I would definitely recommend using my code because you will get a free $10 off. And also it'll give me $10 to buy more stuff like this that you all get to see in videos. But yeah, I'll flip this around and take this card out. I have no clue who this is from One Piece or if it's a good card. I doubt it since they gave it to me for free, but still, I love when sellers throw in random free stuff because it's just cool. Okay, here we have Megami looking awesome, and so happy that I was able to get this pop, and especially pretty much for free. I mean, I paid nothing. The only thing I lost was points I could have spent on something else. And then I got this One Piece card for free, which I had no idea about. But, you know, it's cool. It's my first One Piece card, so I do like that. Honestly, I might just keep it in here with the pops since, you know, it just came with it. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, Megami here, and super happy about it. And like I said, definitely would recommend checking out Mercari. They've got a ton of cool stuff, like everything that you'll see in this video. I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, but yeah, there's going to be pops, random anime stuff, including like manga, some video game stuff, and even some Legos. I don't know if I really talked much about Lego on this channel, but I did get some Lego stuff for Christmas. So I was like, well, might as well just show it on this channel and just see if anybody who watches this is interested in any of this stuff as well. But yeah, I'll show it all as we go on. But yeah, super happy with Megami. And once again, definitely would recommend checking out Mercari if you don't already have an account. Okay, next up we have one of the smallest items I got. And this was another item I just about got for free. It is an item I'm very excited about, though. And that is the little dingy pop. Yeah, I love Chainsaw Man. I haven't read any of the manga. I have the volume 1, actually. That was like one of the first mangas I got. But I haven't read any of it, and pretty much I just haven't done anything with Chainsaw Man since watching season 1. But I loved Chainsaw Man so much; it was so good. But yeah, I got this dingy pop. Oh, I guess I have bought some Funko stuff. I mean, I had the Chase pop because I looked up and found it in box lunch, and then I bought those little 1 minifigures before Funko had done anything with Chainsaw Man. But yeah, got this. The reason why I said I almost got this for free is I actually had like $10 in rewards points from Hot Topic. One was because. So this was October. I got this like, I think the 15th of October, and my birthday's in October, so I had a $5 rewards point from Hot Topic for that. And then also I had a $5 for like every $100 you spend at Hot Topic, you get $5 in rewards. So I had $10 in rewards, and I got this, and I got 1 pack of Pokemon cards, and they had like a buy one, get one 30% off sale, so I paid like $2 for these, and then obviously the $10 in rewards. But yeah, I got this little dingy pop. Really excited about this. This is my second one of these pop keychains. I actually I don't put them on keychains, but I keep them in their little boxes. But I do like them a lot. Just little mini pops. And I've got Denji and I've got Megami. Yeah, two characters I really like. So happy to have both of them. And 2 series I really like, obviously, in Chainsaw Man and Jujutsu Kaisen. Okay, the next 2 pops. These 2 I actually... I got both of these at Hot Topic around a week or so after the last ones. And it's actually 2 convention pops. So there was a con. I've not been as crazy about some of the con pops lately, but I did like a few from whatever convention this was. And I'll be honest, I was debating on ordering some from the Funko shop, and I was like, I'm really not super crazy about any of these pops in this set. So what I'll do, since I knew I was going to like the mall like the next day or so, I was like, if they've got any in the store, I'll buy them. But if they don't, it's just fine, since I'm really not super crazy about any of the pops in this con. But luckily, I went, and they had one of the pops I was wanting on the shelf. So there was one other pop that I kind of wanted in this convention that wasn't a Hot Topic. It was like it was the Bleach pop that was the Toy Tokyo one, and I didn't get it, but everything else I kind of wanted I did get. So the first one was Corazon from One Piece. He was just sitting out on the shelf, so I was really happy to get him. Still not even I've started One Piece, but haven't really gotten too far into it. Haven't watched much since whenever the last time I talked about One Piece was. And then I got the other pop that I wanted from this con, which is a larger pop, and you can probably guess what it is. But yeah, I've had this thing in the box, but I've got kind of a cool story on this one specifically, so I'll talk about it while we get it out. And it is Matabe or Mato, I don't know, but it's one of the Naruto pops. One thing I will say that it is kind of annoying to me about, I didn't realize this background on these was like holographic or whatever. One thing I don't love about the tailed beast from Naruto, at least for Funko, I like them a lot as far as the actual anime, but for Funko specifically about these tailed beasts, one thing I don't like is they range so much in size of the pops. Like Matabe and like most of the Karamas are all 6-inch, and then they have the one random Son Goku or whatever is a like 16-inch. Why they didn't just make it a 6-inch pop? And I think it didn't sell well either. So hopefully they just make all the the tailed beasts in this size, because that would fit with the Kurama and this one obviously. Because I think making them obviously making them the 18 or whatever inch is cool, because obviously they are really big creatures. But I just think since Funko already started making them this size, and this is just way more of a practical size to collect, I just think this is so much better. So I hope Funko just keeps doing these ones, and hopefully they make Son Goku into one of these size pops. Okay, and I want you to, I absolutely love how this pop looks. I haven't even really seen the glow, but just, of the tailed beast, this is actually one of my favorite ones. I just think it looks so awesome, being like this tiger or wolf thing. I don't know exactly what animal it's supposed to look like, but it just looks so awesome. The colors on this are awesome. Can't wait to see what the glow eventually looks like. I don't know. I would like to say I'm going to put the glow on this, but I'll probably forget. But definitely would recommend checking out the glow on this if you have the pop, or if you've seen other people open it. But I think this pop looks awesome. And Corazon I do like too, but just since I'm not as big in the One Piece, I don't really know like the context of how cool of a character or interesting of a character he is. But do love both of these pops, and super happy I was able to get them both. Oh, and the situation with Matabe, I'm glad I restarted recording with these two so I could mention this. So what happened was, so Corazon, they had a bunch in Hot Topic, like, so he was just sitting out. But Matabe, or whatever, I'm going to say Matabe, and I could be wrong about that, but somebody apparently ordered like all the con pops that were going to Hot Topic, and ordered them like, did like ship to store or whatever to a Hot Topic. But apparently they shipped to the wrong Hot Topic, or they meant to order them and get them shipped to themselves, but they got shipped to a store, whatever. They like ordered them wrong, and they ended up at my local Hot Topic. So I went in there, and they were like, yeah, that person's not coming to get them, so we're just going to sell them here. And they still had it in the brown box that I showed it in, behind the desk, because I was mentioning the Corazon, and I was like, you all didn't happen to get any of the Matabe or whatever, or the Naruto pop or whatever for the con. And they said, if we did, it's probably sold out, but actually we did have somebody order some, and they didn't end up getting them, because like I said, either they shipped them to the wrong store, or this person who ordered them got them sent to the store instead of to their house or whatever, so they ended up not getting them. But luckily I was able to luck up and was able to get the pop, so it worked out great for me. So yep, that was these two, and now we'll move on to the next thing. Okay, now we've got like the first two non-anime things, but are really cool, and I did want to mention them on this channel. One's a pop thing, and one's just a video game. I don't think I'll play this video game any on this channel, because I've actually got another channel that I think if I play this game on YouTube, it'll be on that channel. But first we'll mention the pop. This pop isn't like an anime pop, and I normally don't buy many pops that aren't anime. Like, there's a lot of series I like that aren't necessarily anime, but I don't buy the pops of them because I just buy other stuff or just don't collect stuff for them. But this specific pop I did buy, and I love this pop, and it is the Mecha King Ghidorah. Love this pop. I think this pop looks awesome. I think this is one of the best pops that I've seen in a while. One of my personal favorites. It looks absolutely awesome. So yeah, I do like Godzilla a lot. I have another channel where I talk about like dinosaurs, just creature stuff, and Godzilla. So that was more for that channel, or at least I showed it already on that channel, but I did finally pick up this pop and was so happy about it. I think this pop looks absolutely awesome. And one thing that is cool about this, so this was a pop I pre-ordered, and it was actually at the GameStop that's closer to my college, and my college is a little under an hour away from my house. So actually I have a GameStop that's closer to me, but I actually pre-ordered at the one at my college, because I was like, surely they'll get it between the few months I'm in college. And they got them in the day I was leaving to come back home. So it worked out super well. I actually called them and I was like, hey, is there any chance that these have came in yet? And they actually said we just got in the shipment and they just hadn't called yet. So it was so awesome for me. And the reason why I actually decided to do it, I decided to do it at my college GameStop for two reasons. Like, it's actually not on my campus, but, you know, it's like in the same city my campus is on. And for two reasons. One, I just thought I would be, so I'm at my campus at college like 5 days a week. Well, actually, I guess almost every day of the week except Saturday. But that was for that semester with the classes I had. And then also, lately, the last few times I've ordered pops from my local GameStop, they have not called me about my pre-orders. Like, they would get the pre-orders in, and then they never called me. And I talked to them about it, and they said it might have been like a system error, or like somebody that was supposed to call them just didn't. I don't remember what the exact reasoning was, but the last 2 times I pre-ordered at my local GameStop, they just hadn't called. So I just had to randomly call them, like whenever I was like, hopefully they've got it by now. And luckily, the few times I gotten it, they never sold them. Actually, one of the times was one pop, and they actually put it out on the shelves, and it was literally the last one they had. And I said, hey, I pre-ordered this. Can I just get it? And they're like, oh yeah, and then they looked in the system, and they're like, yeah, we just didn't call you about it, or like, I don't know. They said it was either like they had like somebody at their, I can't remember if it was somebody at their local, at their actual GameStop was supposed to call that didn't, or if it was like something like over GameStop, like, you know, like not my specific store, but like actually GameStop itself, like the company. I don't know, but they never called about my last few pre-orders, so that's why I decided to order it from that one as well. And then I got one video game, which, like I said, I probably won't be playing this on this channel, but I have another channel that, like I said, it's like creature stuff. And I also like Greek mythology, so I might play it on there. And it is God of War. This game was actually only like $8. It's pretty cheap now, and it obviously was a huge hit game. A lot of people love this game, and I just never played it. So super excited about it and can't wait to play it. I know this one's actually more Norse mythology instead of Greek mythology, but still. Kratos obviously has a lot of Greek mythology stuff, at least as a character. But I know it's more of the older games are actually more Greek mythology stuff. But still, super excited to play this game. And really excited. I've heard so much good things about God of War and just haven't played them. And knowing that I like this kind of stuff, I think I'll really love the game. And like I said, I'll probably play this on my other channel. I'll put links to my other channels because I've kind of mentioned a few of my other channels. So the one that I'm going to like possibly play this game, if I play it, I'll put a link to it. And then I think I mentioned when I picked up that Dingy Pop, I said that okay, I'll just talk about that. I'll grab him real quick while I talk about that. Yeah, I can't remember if I mentioned it, but the Dingy Pop, yeah, so I had like $10 in rewards and got him and a pack of Pokemon cards. So I have another channel where I do more Pokemon stuff. I think I used to do a little bit of Pokemon stuff on this channel, but now I have another channel that's solely Pokemon stuff. So I'll put a link to both of those channels in the description. So if you want to see my content on some other stuff, and I upload, I think, a little bit more regularly on those channels too. So if you want to just see more content made by me, and I do think some of the content on those channels is maybe a little bit better quality too. So just depends. If you like creature stuff like Godzilla, Greek mythology, or dinosaurs, we definitely recommend checking out the one channel because we might be playing the God of War game too. And if you like Pokemon, I would definitely recommend checking out my Pokemon channel. But yeah, that's it. Did get a pack, and I think I already opened that pack on the channel, so you might be able to find that video. But yeah, now we'll move on to the next thing. Okay, next up we have 2 orders. I ordered both of these on Black Friday. One was from the Funko Shop, and one was from the Crunchyroll store. And yeah, let's just go over what I got. So, like I said, I got all this stuff for like Black Friday because, you know, a lot of stores have Black Friday sales, and I love cashing in on Black Friday sales. So I guess we'll show off the Funko stuff first because technically, so I ordered 3 things from Crunchyroll. 2 are manga. Well, one's a manga, one's a light novel, and one's a pop. The pop actually came like a week earlier than the mangas, or the books, I should say. And then, but both the Funko Pops and from the Funko Shop and the Crunchyroll Pop came on the same day. So we'll show off the Funko Shop stuff first. I don't even remember exactly what's... Oh, yes, I do remember this. And all these I forgot were on sale, and I was so happy about that. So yeah, let's show off what we got. So first off, Funko Shop exclusive Pochita. This pop came out a while ago, and I didn't order it at first because there was another Pochita pop that I liked. So I was like, we'll just wait, and maybe I'll eventually order it. And it was super marked down. I don't even remember how much it was. I think it was almost like $5 or maybe even less. It was super cheap though. And then I got another pop that was also on sale. And this was because of the Black Friday sale. I don't know if they were normally that cheap. I don't think they were. Then we also got Yuji, which also came out a while ago when I'd ordered it. Both of these pops, I think came out at some point in the summer and just stayed on the Funko Shop and didn't sell very well. I can kind of get why, because the Pochita, I think a lot of people thought like I did and kind of liked the common better. Or just were like, there's 2 Pochita pops, so I don't really care as much about getting the Funko Shop exclusive one. So, got both of those. And the Yuji pop, I think people just weren't as crazy about the paint can set. And honestly, Yuji, I wasn't as crazy about this one out of the other ones. I don't know. Out of the paint set, he was definitely one of my least favorites, actually. The orange just, I don't know. For Yuji, pink honestly would have maybe been pink or red or black. You know, for like the Black Flash would have been cool. But yeah, orange just wasn't the color I probably would have picked. And then I got one more pop. This was the most expensive one because it was the least on sale. Another Funko Shop exclusive. But this is a pop that I've wanted for so long. One of my favorite anime pops that's been released in, I can't even remember how long. It is Crollo. Absolutely love this pop. Yeah, I think this Crollo pop is so awesome. Yeah, he just looks awesome. I love the like ghost shark or ghost fish, whatever these things are called. I think it looks so awesome. I love that scene in the anime. Yeah, Crollo is awesome. He's one of my favorite characters in the whole series. One thing I will say about Crollo too that I just remembered. So I did order the Chalice exclusive one, and that's like the first pop that's like the only pop I bought from Chalice for pre-sale. And that was like one of the last pops they did before they started doing the pre-sale sticker thing. So that kind of sucks because I pretty much should have a pre-sale Crollo. But that was like one of the last pops I did before they started doing the pre-sale stickers, which is kind of unfortunate. But, you know, it is what it is. But, yeah, got Crollo. Makes my second Crollo, but I love Crollo so much. He's one of my favorite characters in Hunter x Hunter. Honestly, him, Killua, and Kurapika are probably my top three. I don't know exactly how I would order that, but he's definitely in that top three for sure. Love all three of these pops. All three Funko Shop exclusives. Like I said, all three were on sale. I think Crollo was maybe like $5-ish off. And the Yuji and Pochita were both, I think, around $10-ish off. And then we've got a few more pops. Now to think about it, and I mean, this isn't really that big of a deal for you all. I actually might have got these before I got the Mecha King Ghidorah. Actually, no, I don't think I did. I think I got these actually after the Mecha. I'll look it up in a little bit. But yeah, so those three. And now we'll move on to the next thing, which is the Crunchyroll stuff. So yeah, we'll get these guys out of the way, so we can show off this pop. So this is a pop I've wanted for so long. It's a series I haven't even started yet, but I wanted this pop for so long. It was a pop that came out a long time ago. Well, I said a long time ago, like a year or two ago, and then sold out. And then they just randomly put a bunch back up online, and I just debated on buying it for a while, and then finally just decided to get it. And it was Princess Hibana, I'm not for sure, but I thought this pop looked awesome. Fire Force is a series that I think I will really like, but just haven't started yet. So I know it's one of those series that a lot of people say if it didn't have as bad a fan service as it does, it would be so much better. But I'm fine with a little fan service. I'm not going to complain unless it's horrible. But you know, people do act like it's to the extreme, so maybe it is too much. But I haven't seen the series, but I have heard that's like the only complaint. So I'm excited about watching the series. But yeah, got her. Fire Force is a series that I have mixed feelings on for Funko specifically, though, because I have the Hot Topic exclusive, whatever the other Fire Girl is, the one with like the cat ears on her pop. I have that one. It's like the fire cat ears. And then the reason why I have mixed feelings on Fire Force is that Shinra with fire, but the glow one that Box Lunch had, I pre-ordered him 2 different times. He was listed and would sell out multiple times, and I pre-ordered him, I ordered him twice. And both times, Box Lunch canceled my order. So I was so upset about that. I emailed them, and they gave me like a coupon or something. And I don't even think I ever used it. But I was so mad about that. And now it's like a pop that got vaulted or retired or whatever. And it's super expensive now. And it makes me so mad that I literally should have had it twice. Because I ordered it twice, and they canceled my order both times. So frustrating, considering it is an expensive pop now. You know, it'd be one thing, you know, if it was a pop that, you know, this is now a $5 pop because it just didn't sell well. But I paid full price for it twice, and just both times they canceled my order. So that was so annoying. Wish I would have had that pop so bad. But, you know, it is what it is. They never shipped them. Or I don't know if they were, like, over-listing it, like thinking they were going to get more or whatever. But I hate that they canceled it on me twice, and it was so annoying. And I remember both times I ordered multiple pops, and that was just one of the pops. And that was both times they canceled just that one. So it was super annoying. But yeah, now I'll move on to the next thing, which I'm happy about that I ordered from Crunchyroll. Technically, these books came after, I technically received them after the last two, or after the things I'm going to show off next. But I ordered them with this Crunchyroll thing, so I was like, I should just show it now. But yeah, so first off is a series called Dinosaur Sanctuary. This was a series I've debated on picking up so many times at my local Books A Million and Barnes and Nobles and stuff, and I've just debated on it. And then finally, Crunchyroll had a really good sale on mangas and stuff, and this was like almost 50% off. And since it was a series I've debated on getting for so long, I finally decided to get it. Yeah, I love dinosaurs, so a manga series about dinosaurs sounds pretty awesome to me. Yeah, so I decided to get it. Super happy about this. There is one anime that had dinosaurs that I loved, but it was kind of like a Pokemon series. It was called Dinosaur King, and I love that series. I think this is very different than that, but it is a dinosaur manga, so I think I'll like it. And then the next one is a series I absolutely love. It's a light novel actually, but it is My Youth Romantic Comedy Is Wrong as I Expected, Volume 1. I debated on getting the manga or the light novel, and actually whenever I went to place this order, the manga was sold out, or it was like on back order, but the light novel was in stock. And I think I've seen times where it was the opposite, but whatever. I finally decided to get it, and I'm super happy. This is one of my favorite series of all time. Love this series. It's the anime. It went how I wanted it to go. I know some people wish it would have ended differently, but it went how I wanted it to go, so I was super happy with it. Love this series so much. Actually, my only Nindroid is I can't even think of her name. Yue? Is it Yue? No, Yue. It's whatever Yukinoshita. I can't think of her name now, but I love the series, and she was one of my favorite characters in it, and I love the guy in it too. I love both of them. Such a good series, one of my favorites. So can't wait to read this light novel. And yeah, hope to pick up the manga soon. And I'll be honest, I am shocked that these aren't at more Barnes & Nobles and Books A Million. They're always available online, but I have never seen them in my 2 local stores. And I went in a few other stores, like when I was in Nashville, I looked. None of the stores I went in had it. And I've been looking for this series for so long. So just finally ended up ordering it. I'm kind of glad I ordered it now because, like I said, Crunchyroll had such a good sale at the time that they were pretty much 50% off on everything I got. So really happy with it, and super happy to finally get the series and can't wait to read it. And I guess now we'll move on to the next thing. And like I said, the next thing I'm going to show off, I technically got after these, or technically got before these, but since this was part of that Crunchyroll order, I decided to show it first. Okay, so next, the store we went to, and so this is what happened while I was saying I got those books later. So I actually went, over like my Christmas break, me and my family went on a trip to Nashville, and I live in Kentucky, so it's a little south of us. And we went to Nashville, and my order that had the manga and light novel actually arrived at my house like the day we left, or like the next day after we left and went on the trip to Nashville. So that's why I guess I technically could have got it before this stuff, but I didn't have it in my hands until like after I got this stuff, because I actually opened the package like whenever we got back. So that's kind of explaining why I said I got this stuff before that. But yeah, I mean, I had it ordered before, so I knew it was coming, but stuff gets canceled on orders, and that's why I don't like to count getting it first. But yeah, let's show off what I got. I got 2 Pops and then one other thing. So I got Kobanai from Chainsaw Man. Really liked her in Chainsaw Man. And then I got another Chainsaw Man Pop, which I was really happy about. And it is Sleeping Pochita. Second Pochita Pop I've got. So I've got all the Pochita Pops right now except the common. And the reason why I got 2 of these is, if I'm remembering right, there was a buy one get one so much off sale. Buy one get one 50% off everything in the store. And this pop was already marked down to $10, which I thought was really surprising, because I thought this was like a $15 exclusive that had just came out, but it was already marked down to $10. So I was like, oh, awesome. And since they had buy one get one 50% off, Kobanai was actually the $12 pop I paid, 12 or 13. It was like $12.90, I think. So Pochita was actually the one that ended up being on the buy one get one 50% off sale and was marked down to only $5. So yeah, Kobanai and Pochita, I got both of them for box lunch for a total of under $15. And I might have even had a rewards thing. Let me see. Total. Oh yeah, I did have a reward certificate. Yeah, I had a $5 off rewards, plus one was already marked down to $10, and I got it for buy one 50% off. So I gave them, I think, $20, and I think it was less than $15. So it worked out really, really well. And then I got one other thing on my trip to Nashville, at least for this channel. I got some other stuff. I got some Pokemon cards, actually, but that's not going to be shown on this channel. And then I got, I actually went to the Parthenon, like the Greek mythology thing, museum that's, if you've seen Percy Jackson, it's in that movie. but that's actually going to be more talked about on my other channel, which is going to be the same one that does the God of War stuff and the Godzilla stuff. So if you want to see any of that stuff, I definitely recommend checking out that channel. But I did get one Lego set that is this Lego minifigure Dungeons and Dragons. Actually, Dungeons and Dragons is a series I really haven't played or watched much of, but I really liked one. Well, this was the deal. I remember seeing something on Instagram saying that this was like one of the first sets that you could actually find the codes for and like knew what you were getting. So whenever we were in this store, we were in a Toys R Us in Macy's, which I really like now because I've noticed they have Pokemon cards and stuff. So I go into Macy's a lot now to see what their Toys R Us section has. But I saw these and I was like, I think I remember seeing something that there's actually codes on these, so you can, if there's like one specifically one you like, you can just pick it out. And I looked over the set and I was like, ooh, I actually really like this girl, the one with the dragon. And I looked over the code thing and I found the code that I thought it was and bought one. And luckily it was. So it's the girl, it's like, I can't remember exactly what she's called, but she reminds me of like one of those like demon things, almost from like what's in Fortnite right now. But just like those demon like Oni people, or like from like Japanese mythology and stuff. And then also like that's the current Fortnite season right now, if that gives you any idea of the timeline we're in right now. So I really like this one. And then it has this little dragon, which I absolutely love. And Dungeons and Dragons, I actually have seen a little bit of the old like 80s or 90s animated show. I had one of the old DVDs of it. I don't know exactly how I got it, but I did like it. But it was like forever ago that I watched it. So I did pick up that. And that was the only character I really wanted from the set. Here's a picture of the checklist. It's a cool set, and I would definitely recommend, if there's only like one or two of these you really like, or if you want to try to get the whole set, if you can find them in store, there is a code thing you can find, and you can pick out just one specific character if you only like one. Okay, turns out I accidentally kind of did go slightly out of order. And what happened was, I read that, so the receipt was in this in this bag, and it said 11.24, and for some reason my brain read it as 12.24. But this was one pop, and so technically this should have been in between the King Ghidorah and God of War game, which I got at the beginning of December, and the oh my gosh, I'm blanking. What was I gonna say? I think the other Hot Topic thing. Oh yeah, probably the Hot Topic Con Pops or the Dingy, because all that stuff was October, and then the God of War and King Ghidorah was beginning of December, and this was like somewhere in September, like September 24th, I think. So yeah, one pop was super cheap, and it is a deluxe pop, but it was super cheap. It was. So it was. Okay, so it was $12, but I had a $5 rewards point, so I paid $10 and got $3 back, pretty much. But this is the pop. It's actually a pop I'm not that crazy about, but here it is. It's Yuji Itadori with Cursed Doll. Yeah, actually not that crazy with this pop, to be honest. I do like it, and the only reason I really got it was because it was as cheap as it was. And I will say, I didn't realize it when I bought it, but this box was actually way more damaged than I realized. But it's fine. But I will say one thing that was kind of cool. Whenever I was buying this, I was talking to one of the workers, and I was like, I was saying, or they mentioned something. I can't remember if I mentioned it or they mentioned it, and they were like, I wish that they had a Utah Pop or something. I don't remember how they mentioned that, and I was like, yeah, I wish so bad. And I was like, I think it was something like with licensing, and that's why they haven't done the Season 2 characters yet. Because I said I was really wanting a Toji Pop, because Toji's one of my favorite characters in Jujutsu Kaisen that they haven't done like a pop or anything for yet. I think they did an Android, but I didn't get an Android, unfortunately. I kind of missed out. I meant to pre-order it and just kind of forgot about it, and then just didn't get it. But I want to get something of him, because Toji's one of my favorite characters in Jujutsu Kaisen. So yeah, I talked to the worker about that, so that was cool. But yeah, got this, the Yuji with Cursed Doll. Not my favorite pop, but you know, for $7 pretty much, you can't beat it for a deluxe pop. Even though it's not one of my favorite scenes in the series or whatever. But like I said, for that cheap, and honestly, just talking to the worker about that was cool too, so worth it to me. Okay, now I'm going to show off one last thing. This is like the last thing I got that technically wasn't like a Christmas present. And that is the Garchomp from Takara Tomy, which is apparently from the Master Collection. I love the Takara Tomy figures. They used to just sell some of these in the US. I remember at Target specifically. But they don't sell those ones anymore. But they've got some other Pokemon figures, obviously, but not the Takara Tomy ones. And I love the Takara Tomy ones. But I did get this Garchomp, and I got one other one. And here's the Garchomp actually as the figure. I'm going to keep it a surprise as to what the other figure was. I will say I think it pairs really well with Garchomp. But if you want to see what the other figure was and some of the cards and stuff I got for Pokemon, you'll just have to check it out on my other channel. That video is not out yet, I don't think. But it might be when this video gets uploaded. But would definitely recommend checking out my other channel if you want to see that and see what the other stuff I got was. I'll just put a link to that channel, and that video will come out eventually. And possibly already out by the time this video comes out. But yeah, got this Garchomp figure and one other figure that, like I said, I think pairs really well with Garchomp. And some other Pokemon card stuff. So if you want to check that stuff out. If you don't care about Pokemon, obviously no point in caring about this. But if you like Pokemon, I would definitely recommend checking it out. And now we're going to get into the stuff that I actually got for Christmas that like was Christmas presents. So yeah, let's get right into it. Okay, now we're going to get into all the stuff that I pretty much got for Christmas. And yeah, so first off, this was actually the only thing I got on Christmas Eve, really. I mean, I got a few gift cards, but I'm not really going to show off like a gift card on this channel because that's kind of pointless, I feel like. Unless it's like something that I'm going to mention, like what I'm specifically planning to get with it if it relates to the channel. But yeah, we did get a PS4 controller for one main reason. I'm currently, I've got two PS4 controllers right now, and they both kind of stick drift, so I just needed a new one. And yeah, so I got a new PS4 controller. I know most people have a PS5 by now, but honestly, there's not been any games that I've really wanted for the PS5 yet, besides maybe like the new college football game. So pretty much every game I play on PS4 or that would be on PS5, I still can just play on PS4 except the college football game. But to be honest, I think it's probably so much like Madden that I just don't see a reason to buy a whole PS5 just for that. So yeah, I did get a new PS4 controller, but that was the first thing. And then most of this stuff is actually for Christmas Day. Shoot, my throat's super dry. I've been talking a lot, doing multiple videos for multiple channels. So now we'll, I guess, talk about the other PlayStation stuff I got for Christmas. So I did get a $50 PlayStation card. And like I was saying about the gift card thing, the only reason why I'm showing this off and mentioning it is because what I'm planning on getting with it. So there's two games I'm debating on getting. One that I think I'm for sure going to get is Hades, which is another game that's like kind of Greek mythology stuff. And I think I'm for sure getting it. But I'll probably, if I play that game, it'll probably be on the Dinosaur channel, which, like I said, we'll put a link to the description to. And then the other game I've debated on buying is called Path of Titans, which actually is a dinosaur game. The reason why I'm debating on getting it is I would want to play the online version, and I'm not sure if you can do the online version of Path of Titans without PlayStation Plus. And to be honest, I'd have no reason to get PlayStation Plus because most of the games I play, either the online I don't care about playing, and it's like, well, it's like 2K. I mainly, when I played it, I was mainly doing rebuilds of teams and stuff, so I have no reason to get PlayStation Plus for that. And then like Fortnite, you don't need PlayStation Plus to play. So I don't want to get Path of Titans if I have to have PlayStation Plus because I don't see any reason to play that game if you're not doing online. I mean, there's obviously a reason, but I don't think I would like the game if I'm not doing it online. And I don't want to buy PlayStation Plus. That's just, I don't want any like monthly subscription thing unless it's a game I know I'm going to love. So that's why I'm hesitant on it. But I think I'm for sure going to get Hades. So if you want to see me play Hades or God of War, which we already showed off, I'll probably be doing that at some point on my other channel. Next up, we got a PlayStation storage extender, which is actually for the PS4 and PS5. I'll be honest, I needed this really bad because my PS4 is just super low on storage. Pretty much, it's like at a point where I've got like 3 games on it, 3 or 4 games, and really the only thing I play on it for a while is Fortnite, or have played for a while is Fortnite, and like every now and then I'll play another game, but just I have like no storage on it, and this will like 4 times my storage. And honestly, this is like marketed for the PS5, but it's for PS4 and PS5, and I think it's actually better for the PS4 because it only stores games for the PS5, but it stores and allows you to play them for the PS4, it only stores them for the PS5, but it allows you to store and play them for the PS4. So really excited about this. I think this was my most expensive thing I got for Christmas, and it was like $80, so not too expensive. So that worked out really well for me. Next up, We got one thing that's not Lego left, so I'll show it off. It's actually one pop. And if you heard something I said earlier in this video, you might know what it is. It's from Amazon. So if you haven't guessed it by now, it is Nobara. I did mention, I think, earlier in this video that I think by the end of this video I've gotten all the paint pops, and I kind of did. This one was also on sale for a decent bit. I think, I actually don't remember if this was on sale or not. I think it might have been like on sale for like $7 or $10, but I was like, I've honestly, now that I've got the whole paint set, I might as well just get the last one, because I really wanted the Megami and really wanted the Gojo, and after I got those two, I was like, well, now that I've got those two, I might as well just complete the set. And I ended up buying the Yuji when I bought those other Funko Shop exclusives when they were really cheap. And then I was like, well, I have to get Nobara at this point since I got the other ones. I like the Nobara better than the Yuji. Yuji is definitely my least favorite of the pops. Then, close between Nobara and Megami. And my favorite's definitely the Gojo one, though. And that's not like the order of my favorite of those characters, but just of the pops themselves. Next up, we got a bunch of Legos. I'll talk about this one first. This one I actually got after Christmas. My mom said that she ordered it and it just came late. And the deal was, this was actually a Lego set that you had to spend like $75, but from the Lego store, but had to be video game Legos, so like Fortnite, Minecraft, that kind of stuff. But they had it in the Lego store when we went, but you just couldn't buy it without buying that kind of stuff. And just nobody in my family really wanted any of that stuff, of the video game stuff, so she actually ended up just ordering it, and it was like $15, so it worked out. I'm sure somebody was in like the opposite boat of us, where they were buying that much stuff in video game stuff and just didn't care about it, but I got it, super excited about it. I actually really like the Bright Bomber. It's a skin I have, so yeah, I'll probably just put this like on top of my PS4, and this is the only set so far I've really built, but yeah, really happy about that. I know a lot of people are whatever on Fortnite, but some people love it. And I personally do really like the game. I think it's fun, and a lot of my friends play it, so it just works out really well. Next, we got this skull, the T-Rex skull. I'll be honest, I'm not super crazy about this set. My mom really liked this set. But she was like, "Why, you should just get it." And she got it for me for Christmas. So, I mean, I'm happy about it, but it wasn't like a set I really, really wanted, I will say. But I'm happy about it. I think it will look good once I build it. But at first, I wasn't as crazy about this set. But hopefully, once I build it, I think I'll like it better. Now we've got 3 other Lego sets. One of these I absolutely love, and then the other 2 I'm kind of neutral to, but they actually all are kind of part of the same set, so we'll show them all. So it's these little Lego postcard sets, and I think they are really, really cool. So we've got Lego New York, we have Lego London, and then we have Lego Japan. And I'm just going to be honest, I absolutely love the Lego Japan one. Japan is one of my favorite countries. I've not visited it yet, but I would love to visit it someday. Just so many stuff I love about Japan. I think the food obviously seems awesome, but that's not the main reason. Liking like stuff like Pokemon, anime, Godzilla, 3 of like the biggest cultural things that come from Japan. Loving all 3 of those. I just think Japan, I love so much of the stuff, and I love like just how Japan looks. Like the trees and stuff and the mountains, I just think it looks beautiful there, the stuff I've seen. And even some just other random stuff about Japan. Like I know Japan actually has really good bass fishing, which is kind of surprising. I don't think bass are even native to Japan, but I know it has really good bass fishing in parts of it. So between the fishing, the food, Godzilla, Pokemon, anime, and just so much other stuff, Japan just is one of my favorite countries, and I would love to visit it someday. Really hope to. It's like on my bucket list for sure. So Japan, I love it. Was super happy to get this Lego set. And definitely will build this and probably put it on my bookshelf. I actually recently got a new bookshelf that I think looks really awesome. It's kind of divided right now. There's like a section for like anime stuff. There's a section for like Greek mythology stuff. There's a section for dinosaur stuff. I might show that off on some point on this channel, but really happy about it and definitely plan on building it and putting it there. But I also got the London set. My mom got me that one too. I think just so I could have more of the sets, but I built the Japan, or I mainly just wanted the Japan one. And then I also got the New York one, which I already mentioned. I probably like the New York one better than the London one, but it's still, the Japan one's the only one I really, really wanted, and the other 2 I'm just kind of whatever on. But the Lego New York one, what's funny is I was actually going to get this 2 different ways. So I actually bought this one in Nashville. So whenever I bought the Chainsaw Man Pops and the this little Lego set, I actually got this at a Macy's, but I got this at the actual Lego store like the day before. But I actually bought this for a Christmas exchange with some of my family members, and I actually ended up winning it. It was like White Elephant, not White, whatever the game, it might be White Elephant. It's whatever the game where you go under the tree, you grab something, you open it, and people can steal from you, and then you can go back to the tree, or you can steal from somebody. It's that game. I don't remember exactly what the game is called, but I ended up just winning my own thing. I know some people don't like when people do that, but I'd rather just leave with something I like. So I normally try to bring something I want, and something cooler is there, I'll take it, and if not, I'll just there's something at least I know I'll want. So I end up with this. I think it's a cool set and all, but what's funny is after I got it, I didn't know this. So like I said, I got this for the exchange, but my mom said she actually had already got it for me when she got the Japan and the London set. But so yeah, I was going to end up with all three, but her and my sister ended up just building the New York one, the one that I was supposed to get at first, but since I got the other one. But yeah, happy with all three. Definitely really, really excited about the Japan one. I honestly might keep the other two sealed and just mainly do the Japan one since it's easily my favorite of the sets. I think it looks the best, and just Japan's the one that I like the most. But yeah, really, really happy about this. Yeah, and I think that's pretty much everything in this video. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I know it was a lot of stuff, just a lot of random stuff, but I think this kind of makes for a fun video. Because, I think it's fun just seeing what people get. I like seeing these kinds of videos, so I make these kind of videos. That's pretty much my logic. And I like rewatching them, so, in the future, if I want to see, like, what I got one year or just some random stuff I got one day, I can kind of just watch these types of videos. So, yeah, hope you all enjoyed it. I enjoyed making the video, and I enjoyed everything I got. But, yeah, if you made it this far, I'd love to know what you got for Christmas. And also, I'd love to know what your favorite thing I got was.